Today I'm going to do a little review on this product here. This is Lucas power steering stop leak. I'm going to put it into my 2003 Ford Explorer. It's a 4.0 single overhead cam, 197,000 miles. You know, old vehicles, doing a lot of work on it here and there. Had a rack and pinion replaced. I guess it blew out a seal and filled up one of the boots with fluid, and after that was put on, probably the pressure difference caused the small leak in the power steering pump itself. So I'll show you that, and then we're going to do this. So we'll see if this works. I am not paid to do this. This is something I purchased here in Mexico. I didn't know that I was going to be able to find it here, but it says renews worn rack and pinions, controls slack, squeals, hard spots, and tight steering. I don't really have any of those symptoms, just have that small leak. So it says it's guaranteed to stop the leak or you get your money back. Now, this is a small bottle, 12 ounces, and it says that it may take up to 2 of these. That's probably for a pretty severe leak, I would imagine. But I'm going to give this a try, and the first thing I'm going to do is, I've got a little pump here, so I'm going to drain this, pump out this little reservoir here so that I can fit this in. And if I can't get it all in, I'll probably put it in 2 doses. And then we're going to drive it and we're going to check it out. But I'm going to show you underneath the car how it's been leaking. It leaves a spot about the size of maybe a tablespoon, possibly a little bit more of power steering fluid each day. So I'm not really adding much, but I definitely know there's a leak. It's dribbling down over my water pump and through the front cross member. So it's obviously leaking. I can see where it's leaking from. And actually I took it back to the mechanic and he put it up on the lift and pinpointed where the leak was. And I just don't really want to put a power steering pump on it right yet. We've got some traveling to do, and it's just not on the agenda right now. So we'll see how this works. Again, this is Lucas power steering stop leak. So we're going to give it a try. I'm going to pump out the reservoir, add this, and then we're going to drive it, and then I'll update you on the progress on this. So let me show you underneath what the leak looks like so you can get an idea. So first of all, I've had this car for about 8 years. It's been a great car. You know, obviously these old cars require maintenance, so I've done a lot of work to it. Nothing really serious. You know, alternators, put a water pump on, a new radiator, just the things that you normally do. So this is just one of those items that seem to be failing on me. But if you look down here, I don't know if you can see it. You can see right in there some residue where it's leaking out of this pump, probably right around the shaft. And then if we go down underneath, this is a little drip from a previous parking, but you can see it's sort of saturated this cross member, and there's actually some drips underneath it. So I'm going to get a real good feel for it after filling this up and driving it, and after a day or two. Actually, our first drive is going to be about 6 hours. So we'll let it set, and that should be plenty of time for this to work if it's going to work, and I'll update you on this. So we're going to see how Lucas power steering stop leak works. Now, by the way, here in Mexico, this 12 ounces cost about $11 in equivalent to that in pesos. I think it was around 230 pesos, so somewhere around that. And I think that's pretty close to what it costs in the United States. Like I said, I was a little surprised I found it in Mexico. Generally, you'll find some off-brands or others, but I did watch a review on this that was pretty favorable, so that's why I looked for it. I was happy to find it. So we'll give it a shot, and we'll do an update on this, so stay put. Of using the Lucas power steering stop leak here on my 2003 Ford Explorer. The first part of this video, we were in Ensenada, Baja California, Mexico, and I added the fluid. I had a pretty good leak where it was leaving about a tablespoon of power steering fluid on the ground each night, and I used ended up putting about 3/4 of this 12-ounce bottle into the truck, and I just wanted to really put it to the test to see if it was going to be as good as I thought it would be. So we are now in northern Arizona. We've driven about a little over 1,100 miles and through different temperatures. We went through Yuma and it was about 100 degrees, and now we're up in the cold. And I'm going to say that this product has worked beautifully. It's completely stopped the leak. I'm checking it every day. There's no dripping underneath the vehicle. Um, it's worked just like it said it would. So we've kind of put it to the test for a reason. I didn't want to just, have a one-day test and then show whether or not it was leaking. It didn't leak the second day I had it. After the second day, so after I'd applied it, so I thought, well, let's wait a little while. So 1,100 miles, give or take a few, and different terrain, different temperatures, and we've been pulling a little camper, so we've had it under a load, and not one drop is dripping out of the power steering unit. So I'm going to give this a thumbs up, and I hope this helps you in making a decision whether or not you've got a rack and pinion leak or power steering leak with your vehicle. And I'm not going to say that this is going to fix every problem. I've used things like this in the past for other things, radiator stop leaks, and they didn't work. So it's always iffy, but this certainly worked for me. So take a look at the product link down below if you're interested, and give it a try. It might be good to keep it on board if you're on a road trip, just in case you spring a leak. I ended up using about 3/4 of this, so I've got a little bit left. I'm just going to keep it, and we'll see how things go. I think once we get done with our travels, we'll probably end up putting a new power steering pump on this truck if we end up keeping it, but it sure did work. So thumbs up. Lucas, power steering stop leak. Good product.